Parents strongly cautioned. The following program may contain material that some parents may not find suitable for children. The following program may contain content such as foul language, discussion of gore, dangly parts, exploding lolitas, tentacles, and Celestia knows what else. You have been warned. And welcome, one and all, to Equinimation here on Radio is Magic Entertainment. I am your host with the most, the man with Super Saiyan swagger, the what... I gotta stop. Pad safe. No. Swan, duck, and blue jay is not puns! I'm off. I'm your host, Pony Vegeta. Joining me here tonight is the nudist Sentai hero, MangaMan.
Hey, I'll have you know that I am quite clothed.
Your headband does not count.
It does too. I demand service. Give me a damn cheeseburger.
How are you doing, my friend?
A little cold. The weather's getting chillier. The lights are all up around the neighborhood, and it's just that time of year.
Indeed it is. And what a wondrous time of year it is. Spider-Sex cannot be here with us tonight. He's preparing for finals. He wants to let you all know that he loves you, and he wishes you a very, very Spider-Sex Christmas. So yes. Yes. Yes! And because it is getting close to that wondrous day of the year that comes only once a year, I'm repeating myself far too much already, and we're only just getting started. This does not bode well for the evening. Because it is getting close to that time of year, we're going to look at something tonight that, well, it's Christmas. It has to be Christmassy material. Manga, what are we looking at tonight?
Right, I'll take over. So today we are going to be looking at, quite possibly, in my humble opinion, the best Christmas anime of all time, Tokyo Godfathers by Satoshi Kon.
Indeed! And I just finished this movie like 20 minutes before we went on the air, and there's not a lot of like pure out Christmas anime I've seen, but I may be inclined to agree with you. I just may be inclined to agree.
Yes. The story of Tokyo Godfathers takes place in, well, Tokyo. However, unlike most Christmas animes where they're usually either upper or middle class, we are looking at the lowest denominator of the humanity, the bums and homeless.
Mm-hmm. Specifically, we're looking at 3 homeless people. Well, one of them, apparently according to him, is a disgraced bike racer, a transvestite, and a teenage runaway.
Who just so happened on this very Christmas Eve to come across a dumpster baby.
Mm-hmm. They crying everywhere. Oh my gosh, one moment, my mind is gone. I must beat my head against the desk.
Easy there.
Okay. I think I'm here now. I might be.
So basically that's the summary of the story. 3 bums come across a lone baby, and it's their quest to search for the baby's mother on this Christmas Eve.
Yes. So our movie opens up with a nativity scene talking about the birth of Jesus and all of that stuff. I'm sure everyone knows the story by now. There's no point to go through it. And we start off introduced to our disgraced bike racer by the name of Jin and our transvestites, Hana.
Hana.
Hana. Whis. No.
All right.
I'm sorry, I had to. No. So, and if you're someone who is very, very sensitive to the derogatory use of of any homosexual phrase, this may not be your movie, because even Hana himself throws it out quite often. Just throwing that out there, because he constantly refers to himself as a queer, homo, all that stuff. So yeah, that gets thrown out quite often in this movie. So I will say I do like these three characters. They felt.
Oh, you forgot to mention the third one, the runaway.
Yes, the runaway. I honestly I know it was mentioned, but I cannot remember her name. Miyuki, that's it. Miyuki.
Actually, it's Kiyuki.
Kiyuki? They kept calling her Miyuki. They kept running into females named Kyoko, though.
Right.
Yes. We have it. Our female teenage runaway, Miyuki, who, at this time of the movie, all we know is she's a runaway. That's really all we get to know about her. We don't know her reasons for running away, but we get to all of this much later in the movie. So, again, we open up with a nativity scene, and I'm guessing it's a homeless shelter of sorts. Feeding the homeless and all of that good sorts, and, yeah. And the movie doesn't waste any time in getting into one of the things I really liked about it was its humor.
Yeah.
But they're Jin and Hana are standing in line, arguing, is what they spend the majority of the movie doing. Like an old married couple, even though... Anyway, Hana starts making jokes at the people serving him food, like, "Hey, give me a double portion. I'm feeding for two here." Making references to the fact that he so desperately wishes he were a real woman, that he's God's mistake. He was a woman on the inside, but he was cursed as being a man, so... he wishes to be a mother, so now he's feeding for two.
Supposedly.
Yes.
What I really, to interrupt a little bit, sorry.
Oh, go right ahead.
What I really like about this movie is that it's coming from a director of Satoshi Kon, which, if you're not familiar with his work, he's the same guy behind such anime movies such as Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, and many other ones that are really spine-chilling thrillers in a way. And this is the first kind of departure that he's done from his usual thing that he does. It's also interesting to note that this is the only Christmas anime that I have been able to find that has a very Christian root to it. Like all other Christmas anime specials are usually about a couple and, trying to hook up during Christmas Eve and the magic of love and yada, yada, yada. But this one, right from the get-go, as you said, with the nativity scene and the children's choir singing, I think they were singing...
Silent Night. It was Silent Night.
Silent Night. And when you also think about it, you could make the... claim that these three bums is an allegory for the three wise men.
Mm-hmm. That it was. I picked. I think that's what they were trying to do. And we'll get to my thoughts on that more later. So yes, it's like right after this we actually get introduced to our third homeless person, Miyuki, who did not go to this said nativity scene because she doesn't like such things, because apparently her mother was a very, very religious person and such things anger and upset her. So yeah.
But that's not really the reason why she ran away from home.
No, it's not. Again, we get to all this later because we dig deep into the psyche of each of these homeless people and discover their reasons as to why they are homeless. It's not just like, oh, well, I ran out of money, homeless now, bye guys, gonna live on the streets. No, and it's... I liked the way they delved into each we'll get into that later. I'm kind of stumbling over my words here. Hopefully as we get going, I'll get myself picked back up to how I normally am.
Right, if I were to come back in on this. I really highly recommend any of you listening in to really watch this movie because it really is the greatest Christmas anime movie out there, and I dare you to try to find one even better than this. But so we won't be spoiling too much of this movie. Uh, so yeah, let's not go too far into territory, but let's kind of talk about the themes of the movie or stuff that we liked about it. While
Oh,
going over a little bit of it.
yeah, we'll go over some of the movie, and yeah, you know what? That we'll do what? Yeah, that's what we used to do like a year ago, in Equinimation's early days. So, but yeah, that sounds just fine to me. That's what we will do tonight. We'll talk about some of the themes of the movie, what we liked about it, and yeah, yeah, yeah. God, my brain really needs to get kicked into gear here because I'm stumbling over myself way too early here.
I'll be there in a second.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is everything okay over there?
Sorry, that was family. Yeah.
Family. Yes, that's just fine. So, yeah. Again, now at this early on, we've been introduced to our three protagonists, sis, and again, we don't get really any backstory here for all three of them at this point in the movie. It comes as the movie goes on. Gosh, seriously, oh god, I feel terrible right now. My mind is.
Allow me.
Please do.
Okay. So our three, as I said at the beginning, our three characters come across a dumpster baby, and Hana decides to name her Kyoko, which means pure child in Japanese. And so their quest to try to find Kyoko's mother goes underway. At first, Hana is like, "No, this is a blessing from God. He's finally given me a child that I've always wanted." But after a while, they decide, "Okay, we're gonna go to the police and try to get her back to her mother." But as the movie goes on, this movie is full of a lot of coincidences that seem to happen.
This alternate title, Coincidence, the movie. Christmas coincidence. There we go.
Christmas coincidence.
That would have been a great alternate title for this movie. Yes, because it's one thing right after the other, and most of the time I would be screaming at a movie like this for doing it this way, but I couldn't bring myself to hate this movie.
I agree. There's like to make an allegory or comparison really with another Christmas anime special. The Love Hina special is kind of set up similar in the same way, where there is a lot of coincidences and a lot of misunderstandings that happen in that movie. However, where Tokyo Godfathers like works off those coincidences with both its humor and its drama and its overall storyline, Lavina is crap.
That is a wonderful way to put that.
Yeah, gonna be reviewing that one this coming Christmas.
I look forward to that. God knows that anime really, really needs someone to rip into it. Anyway, kind of trying to push back on topic here. Again, you said this is one big coincidence after another, but at the same time, just it works and builds off of each coincidence to further the story, and it does so in a way that it's not bad. The characters are likable, except for a couple of people you're meant to not like in the background. But
that they meet later on.
yeah, but yeah, again, these are people we may or may not delve into as the story goes on. Again, and with the baby, they find pictures, notes, and a couple of keys, literal keys. I don't mean. Well, I guess you could call them key plot points. Yeah, and they find like kind of clues as to where the child came from, who the parents may have been.
A real mystery.
and it's like MangaMan said at the very beginning, Hana's all like, I have a baby of my own! Oh gosh, yes. And again, building on the humor, the soup lady that was serving Hana when he said, I'm feeding for two, just happens to be walking along a set of stairs when he sees she sees him with the baby.
Is that she really was feeding for two?
Like, what? It's a Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle.
And just little things like that. Again, that's why I like this movie. The humor wasn't really big and over the top. It was just kind of there, and it worked really, really well for what the movie was doing. So initially, yeah, Jin's all like, hey, we need to take the baby to the police. Hana's like, no, I want to keep it. Well, how's a homeless person going to raise a baby? Okay. We'll just keep it for tonight, please. All right, fine. Whatever. That's pretty much about how that discussion went. So, yes, but
that's a good summary of the entire plot.
Indeed, it is. And from there, it kind of goes on like that. They wake up the next morning, Hana's gone, and you instantly think that Hana just ran away with the baby because he wanted to keep it, but no, that's not the direction they take it, and I kind of like where it goes from there. It's a good movie, and now I really don't know what to say without starting to just spoil everything. Because here's where all the coincidences start.
Well, how about this? What we'll do? I think we've talked about as much as we can without spoiling too much of the plot. So, for any of you that really want to check out Tokyo Godfathers, which I highly recommend, go out and do so. If not, be warned, we are now entering into the spoiler zone.
Yeah, because it's right from this part of the movie we start to dig into
spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers, because right here at this point in the movie, when they finally find Hana, we start to dig into the reasons for some of these people being homeless, despite they've known each other for at least, well, I know they've known Miyuki for like 6 months, but we don't really know how long Hana and Jin have known each other, but we probably for considerably longer. But yeah, we start to dig into why Hana is homeless, and not long after that we find out why Jin, and it keeps rolling from here. So yes, if you want to watch this movie, I would highly advise stopping now. Again, the movie is titled Tokyo Godfathers. Gonna throw that in there for you people there in the live stream chat. So if you guys want to go check the movie out, do so now, because from here on out, spoilers.
Right. Why don't we talk about each character's backstory as they be brought up? Let's start first with Hana.
Obviously, yes. So, when they find Hana, Hana's all, like, hunched over with the baby. Kind of, well, sad. Because the baby, obviously you'd be sad. The baby was abandoned. And here we find out now that Hana was the same way. Hana never knew his real mother. And apparently bounced from foster home to foster home, never really knowing what having a real family was like. And something that he has desperately wanted his entire life. And that's what he really wants for this little baby. That's why he's so attached to it and doesn't want to let it go.
I think she would rather prefer be called a she than a he.
Probably, but I'm not giving him that credit.
Hana as a character is very emotional and really goes into fits of emotional mood swings, like a woman going through
Shark Week.
Going through Shark Week. A woman going through Shark Week. Yep.
Yes, that's about what it's like, and his crying is very, very scary looking. this look on his face, like, so very exaggerated, like, oh my gosh, I think it's going to eat me.
I love how big and expressive his face gets. He gets like so animated in everything that he does. But another thing about Hana is that she also has quieter moments. There is a lot of points in the movie where Hana will quote or come up with a haiku.
Oh, yes, that was a very interesting point because he does several throughout the movie. Just on a whim.
And a hymn.
Whim. Lord, I'm never going to be over this.
Later on, later on, going further into Hana's backstory, we find out that one of the foster homes, or I don't know how she ended up, probably ended up here at some point or another, find out that she did have a type of home in a drag queen bar.
Mm-hmm. And we meet the people we meet here are again fairly interesting, and we find out that again now Hana is completely homeless now by well choice more or less because he beat up one of the customers for calling him an old fart.
Yeah, he was okay. He was okay with them calling him a faggot and everything, but as soon as he said "old," it's like, "Oh, earrings off now, bitch."
And it was one of the most amazing jump kicks I've ever seen to someone's face. In like not really high heels, but like platforms. That had to hurt, like to the face.
Youch.
Ugh.
We also find out that Hana did have a fling with one of the customers, but unfortunately, that guy passed away. Tragically, it is implied from AIDS, and it appears that Hana also has AIDS as well.
As we see, that Hana does have various points during the movie that, well, he's not in very good health and is actually coughing up blood in different parts of the movie. So, and even ending up in the hospital at one point.
Mm.
But yes, but that's in a nutshell. That's Hana's backstory. That we kind of find out after this one point that it progresses further throughout the movie. This isn't all dumped on you in exposition at one point.
Nope.
It builds up throughout the course of the movie.
Next is Jin, who claims to be a former bike racer, but as we find out, he's actually a bicycle shop owner.
You see, well, it's not too much long after this. That I forget the blasted what happened to cause him to spew all this exposition, but he said that he would claim that he was a former bike racer. He'd gotten a girl pregnant at 20. They got married, and they were having this kid, but she was really sick. The kid was born really sick, and they needed all this money. And he'd gotten involved with this mafioso guy that's like, hey, if we throw this race in this specific way, we can make a bunch of money. And the authorities found out, kicked him out of the race, banned him from racing, and his child died, and his wife got sick and followed after her not long afterward, and then now Jin is on the street and has been for some very long time.
However, we find that that is almost a complete and utter lie. We find out later that his daughter and mother, his daughter, her mother, his wife, are still alive and well. And that, but the mafia guy does get brought up, so it is implied that part of his story is true, but for whatever reason, Jin might have felt ashamed of what really happened, or maybe he just is a compulsive liar. What do you think?
Well, given his reaction to what happened when seeing someone else go through the exact same thing as what the real story was, I believe he was just so incredibly ashamed of what actually happened that he simply doesn't want anyone to know because it hurts him that much to see it. Especially when, yes, we do eventually meet his real daughter, who actually does recognize him at some point. And then again, I do see the compulsive liar thing, or maybe again it's because of his great shame. He doesn't even tell her the entire truth of why he's on the street and where he's been.
Also, you could also say another part of it. Oh, I had it. I had this It was on the tip of my tongue.
You can do it. You can do it.
Jin, because he's ashamed of it all, but yet at the same time he wants to talk about his problems, but he just doesn't want to tell all of them. He's ashamed to tell the whole truth, but he still wants, in a way, Hana accuses him of like wanting sympathy from others and telling them lies just for people to be sorry for him. That might be partially true, and that is for anybody that at some points or another we all could use a little bit of pity, like for somebody to say like, hey, I understand your pain, man. A little empathy, if you will. Even if it is fabricated.
This is true. Humans do need something like that every now and then.
Yep.
So yes, we find out more about Jin's backstory there. Again, the mafioso guy that's partial truth, as we do meet him and his boss.
Yeah. which Jin tries to knock him over with the bottle, but an assassin comes in. But that's an entirely different thing.
I will say that caught me completely off guard. Like, I did not see that coming at all. I'm gonna beat this guy up with this empty wine bottle. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Someone shot him. Thanks, guy. Thanks, buddy.
And finally, the third wise man, Miyuki, a runaway high school student, who we find out is actually ran away because of a really traumatic thing that happened with her. We find out she has a real affinity to cats. And from that, in a flashback, we see that she actually had stabbed her father because she believed that her father got rid of her cat, which she named Angel. And she just couldn't forgive him. And because she stabbed her father, she, again, another correlation with the shame element of it all. She felt ashamed of herself, not being able to, like, she doesn't know how to confront her father again after something like that. I mean, like, what do you say? Like, sorry that I stabbed you?
Yeah, that's how it is. I mean, she actually, we do see her father at several points in the movie. We see this the whole cat element, how she has a strong affinity to cats, and how this small little group of these people have kind of become her family, in a sense, in a kind of a strange dream scenario that she has.
Oh yeah, where she imagines like first it seems like it's a flashback and we see like, oh god, she stabbed her father, that's why she's run away. And what I really like about the little touch that they added in that flashback, you see that she's a little bit heavier, she's a little bit chubbier. But you see her now and she's a lot thinner, giving the sense that she's not as well fed. She's been out in the street for, again, 6 months. So she's really been thinned out because of that. Even though it's hard to tell from the clothing, you could tell from her cheek and jaw bone that she's a lot more gaunt than she was in that flashback turned into a dream.
Was the cat white and also part rabbit by any chance? No, it wasn't. It just had these white marks on its back that made it look like it had wings, so she called the cat Angel. But it's like she this flashback again. It looks like it's just a flashback, and she's a bit heavier set. That she stabs her father, and then just out of absolutely nowhere, this flashback transitions into a dream. Whenever she's screaming, "Where's Angel? Where's Angel?" you hear Hana's voice. Oh, she's right here. And you turn around and it's Hana in woman's clothing holding the baby. And it has angel's wings. And then she looks back to the floor where she stabbed her father, and it's Jin laying, like, kind of lumped up against a refrigerator.
It's like Jim becomes her father, and Hana became her mother, and the baby became her sister, I guess.
Yeah, it was kind of odd, and again, it's references how it's a nice little reference to how they become like a close-knit family. They argue like a family, but they always come back together like a family, and it's funny because they make the joke that Hana's in love with Jin, and it's one of the reasons he sticks around. It's
cute.
It is disturbing, but cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
What's disturbing is just how strong Miyuki's affinity to cats is. She has crazy cat lady written all over her.
The cats have spoken.
I caught that joke. That was amusing. They hole up in this like abandoned building. It looks like it's being torn down. And they're like, oh, great, it's nice to find it's nice to find a place to stay, but looks like all the cats got here first. And Jin looks over at what is like, man, I could really go for some meat, and you hear Miyuki scream, don't you touch them! And you see all these, like, this army of cats huddled around her. And they all hiss at him.
Queen of the cats.
Yeah. It was a funny scene. Egghead, to answer your name, the cat's main color was like this gray color. It looked
Gray
like.
with white marks. It was kind of hard because the flashback scene that we see the little angel cat, everything was kind of toned down, and color-wise it was very saturated.
Mm-hmm.
Or unsaturated, I guess you would say. But I think this would be a good time for us to take a little bit of a music break, and next we can talk more about the rest of the movie and finally the climax.
You know what? That sounds just fine to me. Let me pick out some music here. Let's see. I got one song in there already. Okay, let me pick something I can't play. We can't play any of the shows. I hadn't done any of that in a while. Something. I don't want to play Christmas music because it's not we're reviewing Christmas anime, but it's not close enough to Christmas to play Christmas music. It's no. Can't do it.
Oh, come on.
Oh, jeez.
Get in the spirit.
All right. You know what? I'm going to torture everyone's ears. I'm going to play Cyril the Wolf's power metal cover of Winter Wrap-Up. God, this... anyway... Let's see. Let me find something that's also slightly Christmas-y. Then everyone else is going to be doing the same thing. So... come on. Where's something good that we can't play on any of the other shows? For one reason or another.
That has to be pony-related?
Well, it's something we have to have permission to play.
Right.
It's almost all of it's pony-related in some way. Here we go. The Art of Distress. That one's too dark to play on other shows. So yeah, that's what we'll play. So, okay, so we got 3 songs with just over 10 minutes worth of music. So we got some DJ Gage and some Tarby Rocks and some Cyril the Wolf. And we'll be back in just a little over 10 minutes. So catch you guys again soon to finish talking about Tokyo Godfathers.
Yeah!
What have I done? What have I done? I lost my focus, now the pony is gone. What have I done? Party of one. I'm all alone, this problem I cannot outrun. What do I do? What do I say? I need a plan or else I'll never make a day. Where can I go? I just don't know. It's not the kind of thing that normal ponies know. I need to get rid of the evidence somehow. Step by step, checking every detail. Hook and knife, bring the body down into the cellar. Struggle as I place her on the tape. Frantic as I wonder if I'm able to go through with all that I have planned. So far all my actions were unmanned. I'm under so much stress. Bare the neck, make a deep incision. Smell the blood as it pours out upon the surface. Trying not to care for consequences, knowing that I have no good defenses. Thinking hard of what I'm gonna make her, though I know I'll have to clean up later. Silly little Pinky, you've grown colder. Time for Pinkamena to take over. Finish up the job that we have started. Feed her to the vein and the cold hearted. Don't expect to hear that much rejection. Every pony loves our main confection. Cupcake, so sweet and tasty. Cupcake, don't be too hasty. Cupcake, and if they like them, cupcake, then I'll still make them. Cupcake, I trust no pony. Cupcake, they all love pony. Cupcake, I know my target. Cupcake, I'll never forget this. It's all her fault. When I'm through, Rainbow Dash is gonna pay.
Months of winter coolness and awesome holidays. We've kept our hoofsies warm at home, time off from work to play. But the food we've stored is running out, and we can't grow in this cold. But even though I love my boots, this fashion's getting old. The time has come to welcome spring and all things warm and green, but it's also time to say goodbye. It's winter, we must clean. How can I help? I'm new, you see. What does everybody do? How do I fit in with their magic? I haven't got a clue. spring is here. No easy task to clear the ground. Plan our dynasties with proper care and sunshine. Everyone it needs. Apples, carrots, celery stalks. Good for flowers too. We all work so very hard. It's just so much to do. Spring is here. So that I know what they all do, I have to find my place and help with all of my heart to task ahead I face. How will I do without my magic? How the earth on anyway? My world belongs, so I must do my best honey, do my best honey. Spring is here. 'Cause tomorrow spring is here.
And welcome back to Equinimation here on Radio is Magic Entertainment. The songs you heard in order were Hello Zep Gage N remix by DJ Gage N. We then had Something Broke Part 8, The Art of Distress by Tarby Rocks. I'm sure all of you now know why we cannot play that song on any of our other shows. And then we closed out with the song you now know why you never hear on any of our other shows, Winter Wrap Power Metal version by Cyril the Wolf. God. Again, I have to hear the song too when I play it, so I feel all of your pain, and I promise you I will never play that song ever again.
Can you link that power metal one to me later?
I will, and you'll see why. It's like Egghead is saying, the music is good, but the guy is... I like Cyril's music, but his vocals are so epic fail in this song. Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. I will... That's like the third song that song has ever been played on our on Rhyme, period, since we got started. I kid you not. All three times by well, not by me. Once by someone else. Anyway, getting back on track. We're talking about Tokyo Godfathers. Again, this show may contain material that parents may not find suitable for children. You get the whole, you know the whole jazz. Disclaimer, warning, violence, content may be coming, as usual, so you guys know the drill. Talking about Tokyo Godfathers. So, yeah!
Yeah.
I've been stumbling over my... Yes, Egghead, I'm sorry that your ears are still ringing. I promise I'll never do it again. I'm drinking a NOS now. I'm hoping the extra caffeine will give me a nice boost because I feel terrible for stumbling over my words. Like I was in the beginning. This is not how it has to be! It's not how it should be.
Don't try. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
Oh my, so when we went through our break, we had just finished talking about our three protagonists' reasons for being homeless. And again, some of the humor that had accompanied some of the scenes that have led up to this point. So, MangaMan, until this thing kicks in, you want to lead us off from the break, from somewhere?
Okay. Why don't we talk about... Sorry. During the break, I grabbed my dinner. Pork sirloin.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm. So, why don't we talk about... why don't we talk about the climax? So they come across... So, after a series of misadventures and coincidences...
Coincidence. The movie.
Hana and Miyuki come across who they suspect to be the little baby's mama.
Yes.
Who is about to commit suicide off a bridge.
Oh, good lord. That's... Okay, I will be honest. They were casually mentioning suicide. And in the background, you see this woman about to jump off the bridge in the exact same manner they were mentioning. Hana's like, I'm just gonna find a nice bridge over a river and I'm gonna quietly...
Take off my shoes, get up on the ledge, and then I'm... Oh, wait, no.
Oh, go right ahead. It's like I'm gonna sit on the edge and I will be at peace. And as they are saying all this, you see a woman in the background doing this exact same thing, and I'm like, at first I thought it was just a sight gag. I mean, just because of how the movie has been at this point, I didn't think it was. I'm like, wait. I'm supposed to be laughing at this, aren't I? Oh my god, I am laughing at this. I feel horrible. I should not be laughing at this, but I am. And then it's like, then as they pass by, like they're like, wait a second. Wait, no, don't do it.
Wait, no.
And as soon as they get a good look at her, they suddenly realize, wait, this is the woman from the photographs that we found with the baby. Oh. Okay. Everything's
And the mom is like so happy to see her child, but like Hana's like, how dare you abandon this poor baby?
Again, I laughed when I shouldn't, because the moment she reaches for the baby, Hana's, God, he just slaps her. It's like, how dare you? Yes, and as it builds up from here, I know it's one big climb. It's not one big climax. It's one big coincidence after another, even with the climax. But actually, this is my favorite part of all these coincidences coming together, one right after the other. It's, I don't know,
all adding up.
Yeah, I liked the way it was done. I loved the way they did the climax, because even though it was one coincidence after another, it was getting. It's at one specific point, it was getting difficult to predict exactly what they were going to do next. Exactly, because you couldn't see the coincidence coming, and then, oh, well then.
And that is how you do good comedy.
Exactly. I mean, it's like, at one point I thought, because it looks like at one point they're going to stop with, like, the comedic chase scene, and just instantly veer straight into another serious moment, like, oh, wait, no, they didn't. Okay. All right, we're good here, people. We've still got the funny moments coming. Oh, wait, nope, now we don't. Now it's serious again, out of nowhere.
They find out, after they give the baby away to the mother.
Sachiko, I think?
Oh, yeah, Sachiko. After they give the baby to Sachiko, meanwhile, Jin, after having a fight with Hana, has kind of gone off on his own, but has discovered from a news broadcast that the little baby that they found in the dumpster was, in fact, stolen from a hospital.
And at that point, he actually has the address to where Sachiko and her husband were living, and he decides to go pay them a visit.
Which is a really funny home home invasion thing. He goes in, it's completely covered in trash and newspapers and whatnot. And it doesn't look like there's anybody there, so he just kind of invites himself in, but then he like stumbles across the husband's like, ah, 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 ah.
Emphasis on stumble across. He literally trips over him. Because he just looks like a piece of garbage on the floor. No pun intended.
It's garbage.
And
he finds out from the husband, that Sachiko, now let me fell into a depression when she lost her baby to a miscarriage, and in her grieving delusion, she imagined Kyoko to be her baby.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was the one who stole the baby. And so, finding out this news, Gin races to try to find Hana and Miyuki, and to try to like tell them. He finally comes across them, and like he's all out of breath. He's like, it's like, what's he doing? It's like, okay, wait. Two words. Okay, we're gonna play charades here.
It was an amusing scene. It's literally sitting there playing charades in this show. Like, you have the energy to play charades in this over-the-top, exaggerated manner, but you can't speak?
And finally he's able to blurt out, "It's not the mother!"
Wait, and then it's like this long pause. Huh? And then you just see them racing down the street together. Hana, should you be running? If I don't run now, I'll never run again for the rest of my life.
I love Hana.
The characters don't really, the characters just don't really feel real. Like they have, like I've talked about some other ones, but I still love these characters nonetheless. They're just so much fun. So I can forgive that this time around. Again, despite all the number of coincidences, though, the main thing that I think is the major selling point and the carries the characters are likable. Despite the fact that they've had their darker moments in their past and their sense of humor, the way they interact with one another is a major selling point and really helps sell this movie for me. And again, like I said, the climax was done very, very well. So, despite that normally, like I said, I would be screaming at this movie for doing some of the things that it does, I still can't bring myself to hate this movie. I love it. This is one of the few things I've gotten that we've reviewed that I'm going to keep and probably watch it again later on the road and probably show it to other people.
Yeah. So, should we then I guess you already talked about what you liked about the movie, so I guess I'll say my own piece for this movie. I can't remember how exactly I came across this movie. I remember I was at Blockbuster back when it was still around, and I saw this movie on the shelf, and I wasn't into anime at this point, so I didn't really think much of it. But then later on, when I did get into anime, I tracked down a copy of it, and I got to watch it for the first time. And from that moment on, it's like I just fell in love with this movie. I mean, like, for all the reasons that you said, like, the characters are so likable. Yes, there are a lot of coincidences, but all the coincidences tie in together. It's a quest of these three homeless bums, these three broken characters, trying to do something good in their lives to return this baby to its mother. And you know what? It really is the best Christmas anime movie because it shows the great qualities that humanity can have. Like, even from like the lowest denominator, the dirtiest, the smelliest of bums can come a real golden heart of a Godfather.
Mm-hmm. indeed. And it was overall this was a very enjoyable movie. And I certainly do not regret watching it for this film. I mean, not for that. Look at me, jeez, I'm still stumbling over. For this review.
It's all right.
If anything, I hope everyone is entertained by my nonsense I've been spewing for half the show. But yes, I'm glad I got the chance to watch this movie, because unless we are reviewing it, I don't get a lot of time to watch anime. So if we're not reviewing it, I'm probably not going to get time to sit down and watch it. So I'm certainly glad that we chose this for a review topic.
I knew you'd like it.
Egghead, I know you hear tape. That's because MangaMan is tying someone up in his room right now.
No, I'm not. Ignore the gagged man in the behind the curtain.
Shh. Oh, come on. I know you hate Battler, but come on. He doesn't deserve to be bound and gagged in your room.
He deserves to pay for his idiocy. Look at Mari and Patrice next.
Oh God. Okay, I'll save that for after show. That has nothing to do with what we're doing right now, so I'll save that thought for after show. Anyway. So yeah. That's my thoughts on Tokyo Godfathers. I mean, I don't really want to spoil, the actual ending, because it is well worth watching.
Oh yes.
I mean, it's a chase scene when they're trying to get the baby back from the fake mother, and it's that whole climax is well worth seeing. It's entertaining from start to finish. Never a dull moment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So how about instead of letters to Celestia, Christmas letters to Santa?
Well, we still have like half an hour of show left.
Oh, we do.
I mean, we can still talk for a minute. I mean, we've got something big planned for the next show, which, by the way, is gonna be probably gonna be our last show of the year. Our next Equinimation is gonna be on December 30th, and I don't know if they're gonna run the Tuesday night show on December 31st on New Year's Eve. So our next show is probably gonna be the last show of the year.
Yep, and it's a very special one at that. For we are going to at least one episode each looking at the anime that came out in 2013.
Mm-hmm. And quite a lot has come out this year, like it does every year. But yeah, we're gonna be looking at a lot of the stuff that's come out this year, at least a little bit of it, and get a basic, idea of what all's gone down. Yes.
Right.
Well then.
One way, thinking about it, one way that we can do this is to just go down the list of animes and just start watching one episode of each of them, because there is a lot of anime that came out.
There are. I mean, again, it's been an entire year, so a lot is going to come out.
Yeah. Let's not count any movies at this point. Let's just focus on series.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think we've already looked at I know we've looked at one new movie this year. One new. Shame on you, Akira Toriyama. Shame on you! Yes. Yes, Egghead. The movie is called Tokyo Godfathers, is what we looked at tonight. So, yeah. I am now at a loss for words, and this... I'm sorry, everyone. I have been horribly out of it tonight. I just want to go into a corner and cry myself to sleep. Like I did after I watched School Days. Oh, Egghead, I don't know if they'll have that movie on Netflix.
You could try.
I mean, they might. If not, I know where you can find it. So, I mean, all the stuff that we have, if a lot of stuff we look at is not licensed in the U.S., so it is technically legal to download, because Japan pretty much uses it. Oh, you want to download our stuff? Fine, go for it. That's advertisement for us. That's how a lot of them look at it. So a lot of stuff we have here, we download from certain sites, because there are certain sites that do hold to the rules, and if it's once it gets licensed into the U.S., they won't carry it anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah, I own Tokyo Godfathers on DVD, so...
Right. So for you, it was fun. Like me, I ended up having to download it. I got it from Baka BT.
Yes.
Which they're very good about keeping their stuff up to date and unlicensed.
Why don't we ask the audience here their thoughts on some of the animes of 2013 that we should pay closer attention to in the upcoming show?
Yeah, so anyone who's listening in right now, I mean, anything you guys have watched over the year that, yeah, anything you guys, thoughts on what you've seen? I know everyone has been screaming at me for not having watched his Attack on Titan.
Are you the prey or are you the hunter?
An egghead extraordinaire has not watched any. And neither has Pad Save.
Shame.
We
Well,
will fix
if
that.
anything, if anything, you guys can catch up. I actually did a review of the best, the worst, and the wild cards of 2013. So
By
I
all
will.
means, go ahead and throw that out there. I can throw that into the live stream chat for them if you don't mind linking that to me.
Not
or-
a problem.
I'll throw that out there to them.
Let me just find the first one. Right, here we are.
And well, I mean, as far as stuff we can talk about tonight, I don't really have much else I can really say. I mean, do you?
Any news?
We can find news to talk about.
Right, what's happened to that one basketball anime that you won't shut up about?
Oh gosh, that thing. I do not know. I haven't heard anything else about it. Manga!
Did it come out in 2013? What's it called again?
Kuroko's Basketball. It came out last year. I think it was supposed to get a second season this year or next year. I know it was greenlit for a second season.
Yep. Second season, 2013 of October.
Yeah, so the second season came out this year. And again, for those who do not know, Kuroko's Basketball has a very storied history with Equinimation, because at one point in time we did cover some news every night of the week, and every single week, this is when we were running every single week, good lord, there was something in the news about this show every week, because somebody apparently, I guess, I don't know if they just hated the show this much, hated the companies it was affiliated with. There was really never anything made public, information that was made public as to why the guy was doing it, but he was sending death threats to the home studio and any company or building that was becoming affiliated with the series in any shape, form, or fashion, even conventions where people were going to be selling, like, homemade goods based on the series, and like sending some kind of chemical substance that, when exposed to air, could potentially be lethal. So yeah, this guy was pretty hardcore.
And we'll finally get to sit down and actually talk about this mysterious thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Anime News Network and just see if maybe there's something on the front page about this. It would amuse me to no end if there was. And so far, I don't see anything. Oh, wait! Oh my gosh! Here
What?
it is! Kuroko's basketball suspect. I was jealous of author's success. Oh my gosh, really?
Link the thing. Link the
Oh
thing.
gosh, yes. I'm gonna link this. This is that.
Was jealous of the. He threatens an animation studio and anybody affiliated with it because he was jealous of the. What? Okay. The Mainichi Shimbun newspaper reported on Monday that a 36-year-old Hirofumi Watanabe, the suspect arrested at the Kuroko's basketball threat letter case, told police, "I was jealous about Tadoshi Fujimaki's success." Mainichi said that a threat letter sent to the newspaper in October contained sentences such as "Fujimaki, who leads a blessed life, versus me, who has never been loved by anyone, and a rebel against the most valuable
Life
in Japan today by the least valuable one." Fujimaki himself had said he had no idea about the suspect's motive in the case. According to Mainichi, the suspect is reportedly not acquainted with Fujimaki. The Tokyo Metropolitan Police arrested Watanabe as he was about to post more threatening letters in a mailbox near the Yabuso Garden Place complex in Shibuya at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Watanabe told the police he was in Tokyo that day to mail the letters. He normally lives in Osaka's Higashinari ward. Watanabe's backpack contained certain amounts of 20 threatening letters. One of the letters demanding the cancellation of a high school basketball tournament scheduled to be held at Tokyo later this month, and one contained a threat against Comic Market, the world's largest doujinshi event, which is also scheduled to be held later this month. A driver living in Watanabe's same apartment complex said regarding the suspect, he moved in upstairs about a year ago. I guess he was living alone. Almost every day in the pre-dawn hours, I heard footsteps from upstairs as if he was dancing. I warned him 3 times, but he wouldn't stop, even though he said he was sorry every time. It was spooky. Watanabe has admitted to sending about 400 threatening letters to media organizations, retailers, and other companies regarding the Kuroko's basketball franchise. At the time of his arrest, Watanabe said, "I'm sorry, I'm giving in."
I mean, jeez. Good lord. So, just over a year after all of this starts, we're finally getting closure. Just, wow. Oh, man.
400? Who has that time?
Hi, Spider.
Figured this out. We seriously figured this out. Are you serious right now?
We're dead serious. I mean, we ran out of stuff to talk about. I'm like, oh, I'll just go check Anime News Network just because, like, MangaMan mentioned the Kuroko's basketball thing. I'll go see if there's anything on the front page. Lo and behold, this was posted. This got posted a few hours ago.
Oh my god. Oh wow, holy crap.
I really need to review this anime.
What the fuck? What is this? What is this?
And we'll actually get to take a look at a little bit of this because the second season did come out this year. So we'll get to take a talk. So we'll
It did, didn't it? My god. My god. My god. This bastard's been running for us for almost a year now. We finally got him. We finally got him, Vegeta.
I know.
I'm so happy.
That just... Wow.
Jesus Christ. And here I was thinking it was like Al Qaeda or something.
I think it still really is. He's secretly working. That's where he's getting his
Source and
Yeah, his-
deadly powders.
Yes, that's what he's doing. That's where he gets all his material from.
Comic Market 2012 was a false flag.
I'm just trying to think about. So, he was jealous of that author's. Who are you? Tadoshi. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so the guy is only known for doing the Kuroko's basketball stuff. That's his only major claim to fame.
Wow, this guy's only four. The guy's only 4 years older than me.
Oh, wow.
As far as like the author of this series, that's literally all this guy has done. What the heck? And you're jealous of his success?
Out of all
He
the
tried to
possible-
write a basketball manga, and Shonen Jump didn't like it too much, so they dropped it in favor of Kuroko's basketball, huh?
It's just
Maybe it would make more sense than just like, I hate this person. Wah.
I mean, out of all the mangakas you could hate the Berserk writer, whose name I can eternally not pronounce. You could hate the guy who does One Piece. Do you have any idea how much money that guy makes off of friggin' royalties from One Piece? He makes a lot of dough, man.
I wouldn't doubt it, but good lord. I mean, I'm trying to wrap my head around this, and I just can't.
Okay, so we figured out why, but we still don't know why.
Okay. So I'm looking into Fujimaki's background, the creator of Kuroko's basketball. So Kuroko's basketball started serializing in Weekly Shonen Jump, which is the most it's the biggest manga publisher in the country. And some of the notes that they have here on Nikki Entertainment's list of most successful mangakas or manga creators, he is ranked as number 25th.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yep, he's number 25. Let's see. Let's see that list.
Huh.
Huh.
The top 50 manga sales creators from 2005. Noda, One Piece is number 1, followed by Naruto, then
Sashi Kishimoto.
Kimi ni Tokade, Fairy Tail, Bleach, Bakuman. Ooh, Gintama got number 7. Sweet. Fullmetal Alchemist, Saint Yunman, Nero, Rise of the Yokai Clan, Gantz,
Oh, God.
Kate, Yoko, Hitman Reborn, Giant Killing, Toriko, Skit Dance, Detective Conan at number 16. Attack on Titan is number 17. Vagabond, Noda Cantabile, nice. Ace of Diamonds, Beelzebub. Ahura no Sora, Hayate, the Combat Butler. And right underneath Kuroko's basketball is Kyo Koi o Haji Mate. What is this? some shoujo manga. But yeah, he's number 25, and that's pretty. Yes, that is pretty impressive. But still, you could have chose the author of number 24.
Or number 23, or 22.
Did
Or
this
21.
Wait. Hold on. Did this guy live in the same area as Tadoshi Fujimaki?
Did he?
I don't know.
Look at the article again.
This guy lives in he said he lives in Osaka. And And there's really nothing else. There's nothing on ANN about this guy, other than the news articles he's been mentioned in, which again is all Japanese comic rankings and the stuff about the incident.
Why?
None can say what goes in the mind of a desperate and lonely individual.
Well, I just Googled his name, and apparently there's another Hirofumi Wanatabe, who is apparently a football player.
Nice.
Why not that guy?
Yeah, he's got the same name.
Oh my god. Wait, guys, I figured it out.
Uh-oh.
This guy was so jealous that he was making basketball more popular than soccer that he went out of his way to depopularize basketball in Japan by threatening random manga with anthrax attacks.
Oh my
It all
god, that
makes
actually
sense.
makes sense.
It all makes sense.
In terms of a deranged mind and the fact that he shares a name with, I assume this is a famous soccer player?
I guess. Hirofumi Wanatabe is a Japanese football player currently playing for Kishiwa Reysol. I don't know.
It all adds up. The signs are there, people.
It all makes sense. The pieces are coming together. The Mayans were right.
What? No.
Oh, okay.
The mines are lying pieces of shit.
Ah.
I can't even right now, guys. I don't know what to say after that.
Nothing else to say, but I gotta review Kuroko's basketball now just to talk about this series of events.
Because, this has literally been going on ever since Equinimation's very first episode. When me and my old co-host Dusk were just talking about what we were going to do on this show. The first episode was just that, and we read some news, and this was had just started that day. Or within the last couple of days, and wow.
Wow.
And everything finally comes to a close on the air date of one of our shows.
Wow.
That is simply amazing.
I can't even. Why?
Okay, guys, I don't think we have 10 minutes left in the show, and I don't think I can keep going. After
I don't
that,
think I can either.
my mind is just kind of gone now.
Yeah.
Why?
So, Spider, you gonna watch Tokyo Godfathers?
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, I was looking for a good Christmas movie to watch over the break after I'm done with finals. So yeah, I'm probably gonna watch it. And I'll fill you guys in later, I swear.
Alright.
Dude, because, okay, I can say something else now. It was definitely good. I enjoyed it. Oh, dear, where is...
It's one of my favorite movies. I think we really need to, narrow down the animes that we have here. How about, just for narrowing down sake, unless any of the other people in the chat room have any suggestions, I think we should do kind of like what I do for my New Year's Eve reviews, and just focus on the animes that are that are just starting out, original series. If we're gonna do something that has a second season, it has to be something that we have already seen the previous one to, or in Kuroko's basketball case, we just want to find out what the hell it's all about.
Why?
So yeah, I think that would be a good idea to narrow it down, because this is a lot of anime, and even though we have 2 weeks to look at them all, it's still pretty
Yeah,
pretty
that's
hard
still
thing to
pretty.
do.
That's still a pretty daunting task.
Yeah.
Even if we just watch one episode of each new anime on this list here, it still is a lot. So let's narrow it down to just original series, no sequels or second seasons or third seasons, if at all possible.
Sounds
Besides
good to me.
Kuroko's basketball, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, that sounds just fine. Oh dear. So yeah, thank everybody for tuning in tonight.
Thanks.
Wow, I mean, we actually got closure of sorts tonight. That's just
We finally
got closure.
My son's soul can rest in peace now.
uh,
Yes.
that's just, I mean, Tokyo Godfathers. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Let's talk. Let's get
Orphans.
Christmas letters to Santa.
Yeah, the
Spider
the
6.
outro is playing, so go right ahead, quickly.
Spider 6, go.
Hamburgers.
You wanna
Egghead,
what?
Egghead writes in, Dear Santa, please bring Ponyville a good Christmas episode. From Egghead Extraordinaire.
I take it they didn't have a good Christmas episode this year.
I don't think we've ever had a good Christmas episode.
We've only had one Christmas episode.
Oh yeah.
The winter wrap up.
No, Hearth's Warming Eve.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Got down with the brony crowd, MangaMan.
No. Wait, what do you mean by down? Like,
Get down, man. Get down.
do I dig it?
Do you dig it?
Dear Santa, I would like a new shiny microphone, please. From Pad
I'd like one of those too, actually. Come to think of it.
Yeah, Santa, put me on that list too.
Yep. I like it, my microphone. It's nice and shiny. It
I'm
certainly does a
using my
good job.
laptop for this show, but I have a better one that I can use later. Dear Santa, I would like a shiny new HD camera that I could use for better film quality for my reviews.
Dear Santa, I need further elaboration on the Kuroko's basketball thing. Please.
Let me dissect the mind of that individual to find all the sick, twisted thoughts wrapped in that little skull of his.
No kidding. Oh, okay. Good night, everybody!